Booyah!
Hello everybody, how's it going? I am here today to play some more TF2, and today I'm playing as the soldier. And yes, it has been so nice and convenient as the soldier because I got a new binding on a script I got, which is what happens is when I press left right click, what happens is instead of, you know, the really awkward having to press crouch, jump and left click, I can just press right click and it presses all three of them simultaneously, which to me is a very useful thing to have, and it actually makes me like rocket jumping a lot more, and it makes it a lot nicer for me. Anyway, as per usual, I'm not here today to talk about TF2. I'm here for a little story. Sit down, children, and listen to my story. It's quite a weird one. It was quite dumb. Anyway, what it is, it was the first car crash and the only car crash I've ever been in my entire life. What happened was, I was in Irish college about age 14. And Irish college, if you're wondering, is like a summer camp, but shit, because you can only speak Irish and there's actual like school classes with Irish. So it's like, if you're terrible at Irish or you're really good at Irish, you usually go to Irish college, either to get better at Irish or to show off about how good you are at Irish. Because let's face it, Irish is a dead language, and I actually at this point speak better French. I speak better French than I do Irish, even though I learned Irish since like just after kindergarten, like the very first class I went in that was proper school. Since then, that's just proof of our weird education system. Anyway, I'm gone completely off. What I wanted to talk about was basically what happened. The normal curfew for getting up is 8 o'clock. And what happened was, one day, I woke up at 12 o'clock. 3 hours after the normal time you're supposed to get up. And 9 o'clock is the normal time you're supposed to get up and go on the bus. 9 o'clock is when the bus comes, and they usually leave by about 9:15. So I was about 2 3/4 off my target of when I should have woken up. Now, of course, I knew this. I was a week into it, and I was like, oh shit, what have I done wrong here? I am fucking idiot. Anyway, I got out of my bed, I scrambled to get dressed, and I jumped out, and I gave my piano auntie a huge fright. She just, like, didn't know I was there. She thought everyone left. Must have miscounted or something. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, a piano auntie is Irish for woman of the house, which is kind of the role of our minder. That's not really the important part. She was freaking out. She said never in her like 10 years of doing this Irish college, she's never had someone who's this late for the classes. She freaked her shit out. She was just, she could not calm down. I was trying to calm her down by then, even though I was the one who was late, and I would probably be getting shit, not her. Anyway, what happened was that she called the pre-veggie being Irish for principal. She called the principal, basically. I'm not going to be a dick about it. I'm not going to be like a self-righteous dick because I can speak a dead language. She called the principal, and the principal explained, Sinead Carkle, or what's it? It's fine. That's what it means. It's fine. Just drive him in now. And considering, it was always surprising because I never saw her car in the entire time, because you were only allowed into the kitchen and the bedrooms, and you weren't even allowed to see the sheds or anything. So I didn't even know what the car looked like. So when I first saw the car, I realized the shit I'd be getting into. And yes, you did just see that. If you saw it correctly, you did just see the car go upside down. That's what I was talking about. In the 4-minute mark, this is one of the funniest things that has ever happened to me in TF2. I didn't have no idea what the fuck was going on. It was so hilarious. I could not stop laughing. Oh my god, it was the best. It actually was the best. It was just basically, for some reason, the car just decided to stop working and went upside down. A little bit like the car crash. No, not to that degree, but, you know, I'm trying to make a relation anyway. Anyway, back to the story. She was panicking, and I saw the Banjax's car, and I was like, oh shit, this mightn't be great, because it was actually a very bad, very old Ford Focus, I think it was. Anyway, no, it was a van, actually. It was a Ford Transit. A very old, very decrepit Ford Transit. And I didn't want to go in it. I was thinking, this thing looks like a death trap. I do not want to go in it. But I had no choice. I was the one. I would have been in more trouble if I didn't go to the classes at all. So I bit the bullet, and I went into the van, and we both drove, which is about a 15-minute drive, 20-minute bus ride, but about a 15-minute drive in a van, which I don't know how, because vans are pretty slow. Anyway, what happened was, I realized she was going faster and faster. I know why she was going faster and faster. She wanted me to get there in time because she was panicking like shit about it. She wanted me to get there in time so neither of us would get in too much trouble. So what happened was, we kept going faster and faster, easily going 80 kilometers an hour or 100 kilometers an hour in a 50 kilometer zone. It was a country road. We should not have been going that fast. Anyway, what happened was, long story short, as time passed and I was getting more and more worried they were driving faster and faster, what I expected happened, which is a rare thing for me. What happened was, we slapped into the back of a car. I dozed off kind of a second, just kind of think like, what am I going to explain to the principal? We slapped into the back of a car that's parked in front of the Irish college. So like, it's lunchtime in the Irish college. So there's just all of my peers and people I've become friends with during the Irish college, as well as everyone else, just sees this massive car crash and wonders what the fuck just happened. Because it's a pretty weird thing to see, just when you're having your lunch as a 14-year-old and you look over and suddenly, another thing, this place is pretty, like, you know, it's pretty empty and solitary, like it isn't a very big place. So imagine the locals just seeing a car crash. They probably see like 2 car crashes every lifetime or something. Anyway, when they saw it, they all kind of was like, what the fuck? There was a really, really creepy silence going through the area. And what happened was that I got out of the car, looked at it, and joined the group. And from then on, me and the Bian auntie had a very awkward relationship, as in like, for the next week and a half, we didn't talk barely at all, apart from, you know, dinner egg, which means dinner's ready. That's kind of the only thing she ever said to me. That's like the only thing she ever said to me, like in the entire time. And it seems like maybe she's pissed off at me for it, but I doubt it. Maybe it's just she didn't want to talk to a 14-year-old about her mistake crashing a car. But there was no reasonable damage to me or her. There's some whiplash, and a serious amount of shock, as well as some small damage to the van, but a lot more damage to the car it hit. And the car it hit, I'd never found out whose car it hit, and I don't think it caused enough damage for me to even get sued myself about it, so I hope it wasn't anyone reasonable like the previous. But that's it. That's the only car crash I've ever been in. It was a really, really awkward situation, and I didn't expect it ever to happen. I was so young, I looked at it, I was kind of like, what the fuck, this isn't how a car works. And honestly, it was a weird time for me. I was in Irish college, I didn't like Irish, and I was in a car crash. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. If you liked what you saw, then I'll see you guys next time. If you didn't like what you saw, then I won't see you guys next time. Feel free to like and subscribe. Bye.